Hello, good morning. Today is going to be a very short video. The market basically is looking to move to the upside by what the 512 is saying. This area of ranged market is making people deranged. I really don't like it when it's flat like this because it's so easy for small moves to become significant moves. For example, this didn't continue going down. It stopped pretty short and now it's pulling to the upside. Without spending too much time on what we're seeing here today, I'm just going to simply set up the 128 as I believe we're at a turning point. I think that's the high. Yesterday, I said that the range was going to get into there. Unfortunately, it didn't get that far, but it did get from a price perspective to where I said it was going to be, which means that I think this high is in sooner than expected, but that's okay. And let's set it up to the flip side now. Assuming that this is a confirmed turning point, it could just kind of irritatingly stop here and climb a bit more, but I think let's just rather do this instead. For those who are following along and copying what I'm doing at home or in the office, hopefully, instead of doing your day job, you're doing this instead. I'm really glad that you're at least getting a leap in the right direction. But guys, it's the strategy is more than what I'm showing you here. It's a lot of nuances from the kind of behind the scene perspective. So I might make it look a bit oversimplified. However, if you want to unlock the true ability to use the strategy responsibly, my recommendation is to get yourself the videos and then train on them. Or if you are already an MTOPS student, don't get lazy. Make sure that you're following the process. Again, I've been doing this for many years, so it's second nature to me. But what I'm doing as I'm doing it is I'm following the market structure, time forecast, oscillator, price projection, and support and resistance visually inside my mind. I'm not putting all of the manual tools down because I've earned it. So I recommend that you should perhaps try that out for yourself. All right. So if you want to get into the realm of market control to the best of whatever that means, I suppose, then get into the videos once again, rehash your knowledge, or if you're a newcomer, then get into the strategy and learn it for the first time. It'll definitely put you ahead of the game. So what I'm just working here with here is identifying areas of highest probability. As you saw in the previous forecast, it's not absolute. Sometimes the candles will rush it and make it form sooner than expected. But that's okay because it gets into range from a price perspective, which is where you'll be taking profits. So that's as important, I suppose, as where it's happening. When I say as important, I actually meant to say significantly more important if you are optimizing your profit for that trade. So price is better than time in that aspect, but when it comes to forecasting, time should not be overlooked. A lot of people get fixated and obsessed about price. The y-axis is good; it's a measure, but don't forget the x-axis. The x-axis gives structure. It tells a story, and is vital to successful trading. Okay, so that's today's range. That's the high for now until proven otherwise. Always remember not to underestimate the power of the kill zone. Because say for example this decides to pop back into the kill zone. Let's say I just wanted to move across on a lower frame, as MTOPS works on all the frames, then and it starts to climb back into the kill zone. That means that this isn't actually a down transition, that we just labeled it too soon, and then we listen to the market and see what it wants, and then reapply the tools to see where it actually wants to stop. But for the time being, I'm going to assume that this is a turning point, turning the third high for the cycle. There's another reason why it should be a turning point is because of the linear regression. And up here, you see the oscillator has switched. So in terms of MTOPS speak, the support and resistance is showing the confirmation, the price projection we're putting into range. We're not putting the range allowance below the previous low. Okay. The oscillator is switching up here. Okay. Time forecast, if you consider the full cycle and what I use to measure time, then this should be within the 200% to 300% range for time forecast. And then the market structure, of course, is we're at the middle of the cycle. That's where turning point 5 generally forms. 6 should happen within this area. And then 7, wherever that wants to be, should be higher than the previous high. 8, 9, but I don't want to get too far ahead of things because it's important that we work with what the market wants to achieve. Again, this has been quite tricky. No one enjoys a consolidating or ranging market, and that's where the power of patience comes in, and also your defensive strategies against the possibilities of running into losses and how you're going to manage that during trying times like this. Like, it's very easy for anyone to win in a bull market. Your grandmother, your grandchild, your nephew or your niece rather, anyone can win over here. You just buy buy low, sell high. So it's pretty straightforward. But true traders who want to make this their primary income or supplementary income or just holiday money if you're rich and you're just having fun, you guys have got to protect your capital during these questionable market crawling episodes. And if you want to know strategies on how to do that, I've obviously fought the fight, and I've got all of that in video format for you to learn from so that you can best protect your accounts, your capital, and your interest in trading overall. Because a lot of guys kind of jump out the game after being disheartened at how difficult it is to stay profitable long term. And just trading along here and making profits with my forecasts is setting you ahead of the majority. And a lot of guys out there aren't even profitable. Just to be profitable and a trader, that's like a very unique combination. And that's all I've got to say about that. Just to kind of surmise, protect your capital, super important. Learn how to maneuver and handle the difficult situations, and act on A-type setups. This is, I guess, the PS of the email. I should stop here and jump off, but as I open up certain pathways of communication, I just like to talk to them. And for those who are very strict with their trading, who take the capital seriously and want to keep their accounts looking healthy over a long period of time, you're not going to act on trades like this. Unfortunately, it's a constant waiting game with the markets. You got this power and patience, and then you got to watch moves kind of happen, and then you got to miss those moves because you're waiting for trend confirmation on the higher frames, and then you can't do counter trend. It sucks for those who are using trading as their primary income. Okay, so anyone who's looking to jump ship and quit your job and just go all in on trading out the gate, I've done that. It's super stressful. It's fight or flight like you won't believe. And the market will kind of keep you in a place of like rush to wait all the time. Like, you just got to sit active. Like, you got to be I was, rather, you don't have to be this way, everyone's different. I was very hyper attentive, and often I would have burnout stages and analysis paralysis, and I just couldn't actually think straight anymore, which affected my family life and social life and such. So there's that mental element to it. But what you find is that if you're not going to get on top of how to manage yourself on the markets and your capital, and dance around periods of patience, like, then it starts to become a bit of a casino game and a bit of a gamble. So, said differently, this over here is going to take a while. Let's see how long. To get into range, It's about a day, right? It looks like a small period of time on the charts, but it's going to take about a day to get into here. And a day is a long time for a day trader, right? So there will be some that goes, well, it's going down. So, I mean, I can make some profit, I guess, from there to there. No, I'll just use the arrow. From there to there, and that's okay. And I'll just lock in some profit for that. But understanding where you're coming from, and I get it, and I've been there, and I've done that. The trick is that you're going counter trend now. Okay, so it goes against the rules. So your increased risk is a lot higher than someone who's thinking about the long term would be. So trading, just by the way, is very, very difficult for those reasons. It's about that self-discipline, which sounds like kind of easier said than done, but following through on not taking action on what you know is going to happen anyway, and still waiting for trend confirmation. And then once trend confirmation comes in, realize that you've missed the majority of the bulk of price action because you're waiting for responsible setups. Those who are most successful, according to the interviews on Wall Street and the guys who've been around for a long period of time, know to only play the A-type setups. And once you've got experience in the market, and it does take a while, you know which are junk setups and you know which are A-type setups. This is not an A-type setup. You got a counter trend happening over here, while this is trying to figure itself out. There's a bit of a ranging market, so this could crumble some more. You need to see some good solid commitment along the fan lines and then act upon that on confirmed trend direction. Even the thing about trend is that even if you enter late and exit early, you're still in profit. Okay, so that's a big step forward from the majority of traders out there who are chasing their tails and running into losses, trying to get themselves back to break even. And then they've got this downward spiral, which eventually has them realize that they can't trade. And now they have to make up all the money that they lost and kind of apologize to their wife for everything that could have gone to new furniture or a holiday in Cancun or something to that effect, but got dissolved into the markets. Yeah, all right, I'm going to jump off there. Hopefully you've found some value in the things I've said. I'm not sure how many videos I have left before this subscription period comes to the end for this additional daily videos that I was going to commit to it. So in that time, if you have any questions, feel free to utilize my public-facing time and the explanation through video format for you. So leave the questions in your comments in the comments, or if you're a student, leave them inside the VIP chat rooms, and then I'll use that to communicate in the next video on how to resolve whatever question it is that you have. Remember, there are three different pillars. There's trading, there's charting, and then there's mastering yourself. So don't just think we just cover forecast here. It's a holistic suite that you need to consider when making this your primary income or a significant supplementary income. I think for like the 100th time, goodbye, ciao for now, and I'll catch up with you tomorrow.